12 amazing facts about space and astronomy. Number 1. The moon is lemon-shaped. Despite its appearance in the night sky, our natural satellite is nowhere near round. In fact, the moon is shaped like a lemon, with flattened poles and bulges on both the near and far side around its equator. This strange shape is thought to have been created during interactions. Number 2. Milky Way smells of rum, raspberries and booze. In 2009, astronomers exploring a giant cloud of gas and dust at the center of the Milky Way made a surprise discovery. The cloud was packed full of a chemical known as ethyl formate, which has a couple of intriguing properties. It is responsible for giving raspberries their flavor, and has the smell of rum. Another nearby region is also notable as it's full of ethyl alcohol, or ethanol, the type we use to make alcoholic beverages. It contains enough alcohol to supply every person on the planet with 300 pints of beer per day for the next billion years. If bottled at the source, the proof for this beer would be very low, with an alcohol content of less than 1%, but as the cloud also contains plenty of other nasty chemicals, among them carbon monoxide and hydrogen cyanide, it would still leave you with quite a headache the next morning. Number 3. On Mercury a day is twice as long as a year. Technically, one Mercurian day lasts 59 Earth days, while a year lasts 88. However, due to Mercury's very eccentric orbit, and alignment with the Sun, the length of time from sunrise to sunrise, known as a solar day, is equal to 176 Earth days, twice as long as a Mercurian year. Number 4. You could survive for a couple of minutes in a leaky spacesuit. Although films such as Total Recall show instant explosions and rapidly puffed-up spacesuits, the effects of being exposed to space are slightly less dramatic. Although it would definitely be unpleasant, you could survive for a couple of minutes. After around 10 seconds, you would lose consciousness. The lower pressure of the vacuum would cause your blood to boil, along with other body fluids, the moisture on your tongue, for example, but this boiling alone would not be fatal due to the pressure maintained by our blood vessels themselves. Gas bubbles would form in your bodily fluids, causing your body to swell up and bloat. The low humidity of space would cause you to cool down rapidly, and your eyes may freeze over. Within 1 to 2 minutes, the lack of oxygen would be deadly. The stress of the situation may make these symptoms worse, you would become oxygen deprived more quickly. A rapid decompression would cause damage to your lungs, eardrums and sinuses, along with bruising and bleeding from soft tissues. Number 5. 1 teaspoon of neutron star weighs the same as the human population. A neutron star's density is mind-boggling. These stars are composed almost entirely of neutrons packed together in a tiny radius. Just a teaspoonful of this material would weigh over 1 trillion kilograms, more than the weight of the entire human population, which reaches a few 100 billion kilograms. To make something as dense as a neutron star, the whole of humanity would need to be crammed into a space the size of a sugar cube. Number 6. Gamma-ray bursts can release more energy in 10 seconds than our Sun will in its entire life. Nothing in the universe rivals the power unleashed during a gamma-ray burst. A brief but incredibly intense flash of high-energy radiation. There are many types of GRB, some are thought to form when a massive star implodes, others when 2 neutron stars merge together. Number 7. There are stars we will never be able to see. Ever since the Big Bang, most objects in space have been moving away from one another. In fact, the expansion of the universe is actually accelerating. As regions of space are whizzing away from one another at an ever-increasing rate, the first population of stars to form in the universe are now too far away for us to ever hope of spying them, even using the best present or future telescope. Hope is not lost. We can attempt to spot them indirectly via the energetic bursts of radiation they emit at the end of their lives. Number 8. Black holes have theoretical opposites known as white holes. Black holes are known for their voracious appetites. Their influence is so strong that even light can't escape their gravity. But they have a theoretical converse, white holes. They are effectively the opposite of their dark relatives, spitting out light and matter instead of trapping it. So far, they are purely hypothetical objects. Astronomers are contemplating how they could form in reality. Number 9. If Jupiter's magnetic field were visible, it would appear bigger than the Moon. The region of space in which a mass's magnetic field dominates is known as its magnetosphere. These regions surround planets, pulsars, and even our galaxy. The planets in our solar system have magnetospheres that interact with and are shaped by the charged particles in the wind streaming from our Sun. The largest magnetosphere in our solar system surrounds Jupiter. Jupiter rotates very fast and has a very strong magnetic field, and its magnetosphere is filled with plasma from its volcanically active moon, Io. These features, coupled with the fact that the solar wind is slower and less dense at Jupiter than at Earth, lead to a very sizable Jovian magnetosphere. It is easily big enough to contain a body the size of our Sun and, if visible, would be larger than the Moon in our night sky, quite an achievement considering that it is over 1,500 times farther away. Number 10. Neptune has only completed one orbit around the Sun since its discovery. Neptune takes a whopping 165 years to complete one full orbit around the Sun. Since it was discovered in 1846, Neptune only recently finished its first full post-discovery orbit in 2011. Demoted planet Pluto has yet to match this. It is not even close to completing one full, 248-year orbit since its discovery in 1930.